Good day everyone, welcome back to Isla Ivatan. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to turn your highway off-ramp from this into this. The mods that we're going to use today are Move It, Road Anarchy, Traffic Manager President Edition, Elektrix Road Tool, Node Controller, and Intersection Marking Tool. I'm using Shuto Expressway by Tokachi 269, but you can definitely use any highway of your choice, including the vanilla ones. I'm also going to use several decoration props. I will leave those links in the description box below, but those are optional too. You can use decorations and signs of your choice that suits the style of your city. But before we start, consider subscribing to this channel and smash that like button. Now, let's begin. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to create an off-ramp. I like to use 2 lanes instead of 1 lane. This makes the transition smoother and more realistic in my opinion. We're going to use Move It to fix the curve, but it doesn't have to be perfect right now. And then we're going to convert the 3-lane highway before the exit into 4 lanes. Later on, we're going to make the outside lane a slip lane going into the off-ramp. So this is what we have so far. Not bad, but not good either. I see this often on Reddit, Facebook, Tinder, Instagram, and it's not even funny. This is about as dangerous as a drunk driver going the wrong way. So let's fix it, shall we? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to delete unnecessary nodes, because if you don't, you're going to see some weird clippings just like this one. To do that, we're going to click this little guy with the comb over and the minus button. And then left click on the node if you have one close to the junction. Do the same thing on the far side, but in my case, I don't have any. So the next step is we're going to use the node controller mod. To do that, we're going to click this road menu. And then you can either select this tiny icon or you can press the hotkey, which is Control N. And then we're going to select the node at the junction by pressing the left mouse button. Now you can adjust the corner offset to your liking. It all really gonna depend on how much room you have. And then once again, I'm going to use the Move It mod to move the node so I will have a smoother off ramp. So now this is where the fun begins. We're going to use the intersection marking tool. To do that, we're going to select this road menu once again, and then you can either click this icon or press the hotkey, which is Control L. And then left click on the junction you want to decorate and this menu will pop up. And then all we have to do is left click on a node and connect it to the other side. If it's not lined up correctly, you can press and hold the control button and left click and drag the node to where you want it. Here you can change the color of the lines to your liking, but I'm going to leave mine to the default color. And then over here you can hover over the number and use the scroll wheel to adjust the width, the length, and the space between the lines. And then to save some time, you can save this setting as a template so you can use this over and over without repeating the same process. And then on this final lane, we're going to use a solid white line instead of broken lines so we could add our fillers. To add our filler, all you have to do is press and hold the Alt button. The nodes will turn into red, and all you have to do is to connect all the nodes where you want your filler to be. And then over here, you can change the preset to grid pattern, solid paint, grass, pavement, but what I like to do is use the Chevron pattern. And we can easily change the direction of the pattern by just pressing the invert button. And just like any other lines, you can change these parameters. Now that we're done with the lines, we still have to tell the vehicles on how to use this off-ramp, because Cities Skylines AI is just amazing. So we're going to use this traffic manager mod on the top left and using the lane connector. Once you press play, the vehicles should start doing a synchronized backflip because AI is just amazing. But your new settings should take effect immediately. Now this one is the bonus for you. If you would like to create a bus lane, you can use the filler just like what we did for the Chevron. But instead of the Chevron, we're going to pick the solid. And we're going to change the color. For this one, I'd like to use red. And then you can change the opacity of the color on this slider over here. You can press copy, so you could apply the exact same color on the different section of the highway. It's a really nice feature to save some time. In my opinion, this mod is a real game changer. Before this mod came out, you'll have to use different kinds of decals, but it's just really tough to use the decals when you're working with elevated roads. Because if you're using the prop line tool, the decals or props you're using will stick to the ground below the elevated road. So you have to place the lines individually, and it just takes a lot of time. And most of the time they're not even symmetrical. So this mod fixed all of those problems. Now I'm using different kinds of props and procedural objects to decorate this off-ramp. Like I said before, you don't have to use the exact same thing, but I will leave the links to the props I'm using in the description box below. And just like before, we'll have to tell the vehicles on how to use this bus lane. So we're going to use this vehicle restriction setting under the traffic manager mod. Now that's pretty much it. We're just going to do the same thing on the, I guess we can call this the northbound lane. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. Now you can try it on your own. Post a screenshot on Instagram, but make sure to tag me, and I'll feature the top 5 or maybe the top 10 screenshots for the next episode. And like always, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. Otherwise, mabuhay, and see you next time.